Hey, what's up team? It's Nate Last here from Mental Grit, your trusted partner in mental skills training. And today we're deep diving into a secret weapon. And this is used by the world's top athletes. We're talking about mental imagery and how you can harness it to improve your performance. Let's get in. So what is mental imagery? Well, simply put, it's using your mind's eye to create or recreate an experience that you've had. It's more than just a daydream though. It's a purposeful and controlled mental rehearsal. Now, this skill was my absolute best friend, as well as my absolute worst enemy. Now go with me for a second here. Imagine a 17-year-old Nate. 11th grade English class, generic white-haired intelligent teacher working through Shakespeare ideals at the front of the class. Now, in the middle of the room, a young Nate twitching and jiving with the daydream that was in my head as I worked a chess game that was a face-off, in lacrosse specifically. Jump, clamp, undercut, the three moves that really made up that game. It was running in my head continuously, and I would run with it. A year before this moment, I picked up a stick for the first time, and in a matter of 1 year, became one of the best high school face-off specialists in Utah with an 80% average win rate. Well, how did I do it? Well, I attribute that to the fact that I spent the time in my daydreams working these skills. I got hundreds, if not thousands of hours of reps in English class. Now we're gonna come back to the story here in just a little bit, but I need you to understand that mental imagery is so versatile, right? You can use it when prepping for a big game or a race, when working through different tactics or strategies that you're working on, when relearning or learning new plays or skills, and even when reviewing past performances to extract those valuable lessons that you can learn out of them, and you need to go back and learn from them. Imagine stepping up to a free throw line. The crowd is roaring, the game is on the line, and in your mind, you've been here before. You've seen that ball sail through that net. You've heard the swish, and you felt that satisfaction of a perfectly executed shot. That is the power of mental imagery. It will move you, it will change you, but just like any tool, it also has a shadow side. And if not managed correctly, the mental imagery can morph into sabotage. Let me explain. We now go to an even younger Nate as a 14-year-old golfer. Now, I used to image every hole before a match that I would play, right? Crafting every detail from the fairways to the greens and each shot that I would play. I would imagine the roll of the ball and the flush of the wind and everything that went into a shot. But as the stakes grew, my control slipped. Suddenly, the image of the perfect game in my mind turned to the splash of a ball, the frustrated feeling that would follow from that, and then the next shot and the crack of a limb, dropping of a limb to the ground, and that knowledge that I would never find that ball again. Now, at that time, I was unknowingly imaging failure, not success. Focused on what not to do rather than what to do, especially in those tense moments. And you might have been there before. You might have had this occur with you as well, and that's okay. Just realize that you can absolutely do something about it. Now, here's the thing that you need to know about imagery. Our brains really struggle to differentiate between an image in our minds, especially a vivid image in our minds, and a real scenario, right? Hear me again. It struggles with the difference between something that we imagine and something that is actually happening. The body, it's gonna react the same way. You know about this because you've probably dreamt before something inside of your dreams that made you had a physical reaction. Whether it was jumping off a cliff and waking up in a scare, or if you had a fight with someone inside of your dream and you wake up flushed and sweating, ready to react. The body still reacts the same way whether it's real or imagined. So if you keep seeing yourself mess up inside of the imagery that you create, you're training your brain and body for that exact process and at that exact outcome. You know what I'm talking about here, I guarantee it. And that's why control is so crucial in mental imagery. You need to create detailed, vivid images aligned with your goals and what the processes that you want to perfect. You want to see success in your image. You want to see success in your process. Now, remember that young Nate in English class? Well, later that same semester, we learned about what's called imagery, but in writing. And I took it to heart, becoming the author of my future, writing the upcoming challenges that I had with lacrosse specifically in vivid detail and controlling them with the tip of my pen rather than with my mind's eye. And why do I tell you this? Well, we improve our mental imagery skills with a simple exercise, and I call it the reality sketch. I want you to right now choose a specific scenario from your sport. Face off, a golf shot, a goal kick, a free throw, a tumbling pass, whatever it might be. And instead of visualizing it in your mind's eye, I want you to map it out on your paper in as much detail as you possibly can. This lets you control the whole narrative and inject all the vivid details that you might overlook in your mind, right? It gives us an opportunity to control the image in front of us. Next, review your sketch and then close your eyes and visualize that scenario again. Notice the new details that have made it into the image. Repeat this process until the mental image is as rich and detailed as your sketch. Now we take it even further. Rather than just incorporating what you see, I want you to incorporate all of your senses. Visualizing isn't just about sight. It's about hearing, feeling, smelling, tasting, feeling, right? What does the grass smell like on the field? How does the grip of the ball feel under your fingers? The richer the sensory details, the more realistic and therefore effective your imagery can be. You know that you have reached an imagery script here that is beneficial for you when you've read it and you twitch with the words as if it was reality. It will move you. It will change you. It will make you feel. If it's not, keep working that script until you find that it does. And realize that the more that you control it, the more effective it will be. You can get as many reps as you possibly want, even in that English class. Controlled mental imagery also, and you know this as well as I do, it requires a lot of activation control. You've got to be able to manage the emotions as pressure comes up. As the pressure mounts, realize that that control can slip away and your imagery can start working against you, and that's why you've got to have control over your activation control. It's so crucial to pair mental imagery with relaxation techniques. Think of this like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, mindful meditation. All of these can help you calm your mind and enhance your control. So execute those tactics as well to help you have full control. Now, finally, we talk about consistency and frequency. Just like physical training, mental training is more effective when done regularly. So start with just a few minutes each day, maybe working through the scripts of the scenarios that you've come up with. And the more that you do it, the more comfortable you're gonna be, not only executing in practice, but also in performance. Okay, the power of your mind is immense. You know this. Mental imagery can be that secret weapon. It was mine, your quiet ally. It was mine as well. But only if you wield it wisely, like I never did. Remember, control is key. See it to achieve it and use that paper to control it. Before we wrap up here, I do want to invite you to become a part of something special. We've got an incredible community of like-minded champions like you who are all committed to mastering their mental game. So why go at it alone when you can go through this journey together with others who share the same impeccable goals of success in sports, school, and in life? Join our community at Mental Grit Consulting and connect with fellow athletes. Access exclusive content that I've got in there and participate in live Q&A sessions with me. And let's support each other on this journey of mental mastery. You can go ahead and visit our website and click the link in the description below to sign up. Remember though, all of this is a journey of 1,000 miles. And with those journeys, it all begins with a single step. Take that single step. Thus the day, and let's achieve greatness together. As always, train hard, trade smart, and never underestimate the power of your mental grit. This is Nate Last signing off. Get grit, everybody. We'll see you soon.